How are
Perfect.
you?
I'm
We are
good. I'm
fine.
good.
Okay.
Super good.
Sir, I had a doubt question.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
There was this, for example, you had taught us about that idea web way of thinking
Uh
for
huh.
interactions. So I realized that that is very, very useful
Good.
when it comes to something like product related problems,
Mm.
but in the case of, or system related problems, but in the case of like a design a poster or something,
Mm.
I'm not being able to use that way of thinking. I'll just send a question if you could like
Sure,
tell
sure.
how
On the Telegram group, huh?
that way
Okay.
of thinking for this question.
Sure, sure.
Yes, sir.
Where is the question? On the group itself or private chat?
I sent it right now.
Okay, sure. Oh, this one. Cricket is a popular sports in India. 12th. India has already been twice. Design a visual campaign for the Indian cricket team to gather support and encouragement from Indians. As part of the campaign, designers including prominent location in various cities. Yes, stars through sketches present three completely different concepts: evaluation criteria, originality, diversity of ideas, creativity. Design three slogans for the campaign in English or in any Indian language. Relation to clarity of message and literary creativity. Okay, make a detailed design of slogan, evaluation and visualization qualities of life. Composition. Good. So see, now understand. First of all, we have to understand what is the brief. So in that idea web method, what we basically do is we try to understand that what exactly is expected, and based on that expectation, you have to think about the core concept, and with that core concept, whatever you write in the center, from that you have to think in a lateral way. One second, let me first admit everyone. There's still people waiting. So see, support and wishes regarding cricket is the core theme of this video, right? So design a visual campaign for Indian cricket team to gather support and encouragement from India. So how you can gather support and encouragement? So in the center you will write Indian cricket team. The next three four bubbles will be support, encouragement, and World Cup. Right. So based on these three elements, then you have to think like what all are the elements of World Cup? How can you support certain teams in a tournament? So World Cup is what? World Cup is a cricket World Cup. So from cricket, there can be multiple cricket is a game. So then there are different types of games, different types of team-based games. So आप कैरम का example नहीं लोगे because कैरम is a different kind of game. But whatever is played outdoor with a team of say 7, 8, 9, 11 kind of players, you can take the similar example of outdoor field-based games. So it can be a tournament for volleyball, it can be a tournament for baseball, these kind of events which actually are played in the team. So one is you can refer to these kind of examples. Second thing is whatever tournament happens, whether it's a World Cup or whether it's some other kind of trophy or cup in some other games in some other vertical, or let's say it's a event like Olympics. So how uh, people do campaigns for these kind of activities, right? So when you do a particular kind of visual campaign, how other campaigns are done. So you have to think about visual campaign and different types of visual campaign. So visual campaign के जितने types होंगे वो भी आप लिखते जाओगे. So it will be like in the center you start from cricket tournament and then it's like tournament के types, then visual campaign, campaign के types, then it's a 12th World Cup tournament. So like this, what all has been done before that. So there will be a history of components that you have reached the 12th tournament. So what you have done before from 1 to 11, right? So 1 to 11 का research भी करोगे, right? So that way you can think about multiple ideas regarding this one event. So if it's a visual campaign about a cricket team, have you seen any other visual campaign which was done for a volleyball team or baseball team or some ice hockey team? So like that you have to kind of generate ideas. ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको किसी कैनेडियन आइस हॉकी टीम का विजुअल कैंपेन बहुत पसंद आया, you took an inspiration from there and you created something like this. So it can be multiple ways. So when it asks about create three different completely different concepts. So three completely different concepts कैसे हो सकते हैं? Three completely different concepts मतलब आप ये बोल सकते हो कि जैसे विजुअल कैंपेन सपोर्ट के कितने मीडियम्स हो सकते हैं, हाउ people can show support. One is physical presence in the stadium or in and around the stadium that shows support.
Okay.
One is like
From
doing SMS.
support, like so, like Twitter or hashtags
Exactly.
or all of that work.
Exactly. So send SMS or those kind of supports. Third thing is you can actually create a demo video and say like please share this link on your Facebook wall or whatever. And fourth kind of support is you can ask people to donate 1 or 2 rupees or whatever, 10 rupees minimum kind of thing. Just scan this QR code and donate for your team. Fifth kind of support can be you talk about it with your friends and or let's say buy certain kind of t-shirts for the tournament to spread awareness about the tournament. So there can be multiple ways. So like this you can create multiple concepts. Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
See,
Or sir, we can even conduct a contest like thing
exactly.
where people can participate.
It can be multiple things. See, I'll give you a very basic general idea. With whatever is the idea that whatever is these kind of questions come, always think about three things. One is, I mean, that is across every idea around the world. There has to be a past, there has to be a present, like existing competition, and there has to be a future. Be it any idea था, कोई भी आइडिया, लाइक कोई सिरामिक डिजाइन का आइडिया हो, शू डिजाइन हो, पोस्टर डिजाइन हो, कार डिजाइन हो, these three components will always exist, right? So you can always have three minimum components. One is the history of a product. You can take ideas from the history, वो product का evolution कैसे हुआ है. That's why I gave you that assignment of do 50 years of design history. So historic events, historic design से बहुत inputs मिलते हैं. फिर आपके कंटेम्प्रेरी आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स क्या कर रहे हैं उस टाइम, उससे बहुत सारा हिंट मिल जाता है, उससे रिलेटेड आप बना सकते हो. और एक फ्यूचरिस्टिक डिजाइन का हमेशा स्कोप रहता है. आप किसी भी डोमेन में आप अगर गूगल करोगे ना, यू विल ऑलवेज फाइंड कॉम्पिटिशंस व्हिच आस्क देम टू डिजाइन फ्यूचरिस्टिक प्रोडक्ट, बी इट कार्स, बी इट products, be it ceramics, be it aviation sector, any sector, people always think about what will happen 10 years after that. NASA also have these kind of competitions like design a spacecraft or design a Mars mission for 2025 or 2030, right? So these three components आप किसी भी टाइप के आइडिया में लगा सकते हो. So अगर ये तीन कॉन्सेप्ट उसने पूछे हैं like through sketch, so these three concepts can be like you can actually represent some kind of history of Indian cricket where they have mentioned this line that India has already won twice.
Yeah.
India has already been champion. So what you can say in that entire slogan is let's recreate the history. और फिर आप दिखा दो कि last time जब championship जीते थे, like let's say कपिल देव वाला example ले ले, जब India had won World Cup. तो वो वाला आप campaign use करके उसको वो slogan change कर सकते हो. Let's recreate the history. राइट. तो एक हिस्टोरिक एग्जांपल हो गया. आज के करंट कंडीशन में क्या है, जो लेट्स से यू टुक विराट कोहली और सम दीस काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल्स एंड प्रमोट these people as in a face of the new Indian cricket team. और आप फ्यूचरिस्टिक वे में ये भी दिखा सकते हो कि it's been like 10 years of history of World Cup cricket and something like that, or some futuristic gadget way of doing things. So like this, there are multiple ways you can spread across this idea, but doing it from a timeline perspective is always a quick solution. तो आपको कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आए तो एक पास्ट, प्रेजेंट और फ्यूचर का डेटा उठा के तो आप आइडिया जनरेट कर ही सकते हो, राइट? Any other doubt?
Sir,
Yeah.
and also like for questions like they always have these creative question types. So what is happening is digitally making a poster or suppose the packaging is very easy because we have everything like justified left and right and center aligned. But exam hall pe it's like it is more time taking to like suppose set the center and then write the, like
Yes.
the thing. So,
Yes.
are there any ways to improve my speed in that, like maybe shortcuts? Because I cannot fold the paper.
You cannot fold the paper. That's why those line practices are very important. I was about to start this whole webinar with this basic instructions that some of you are not doing those line practices, and I see the similar kind of mistakes in sketches and all. So that is where I want to emphasize that please don't skip those line practices. See, line practices is not just about practicing line, it's about your hand-eye coordination. So when you do a lot of line practice, straight lines practice, you visually know that these three elements are not aligned. अगर ये थोड़ा भी ऐसे होगा तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा visually. You train your eyes when you do line practice. It's not just you're training your muscles or arms. You're training your eyes to see perfect symmetry, perfect straightness, perfect angles, perfect 90 degree. वो उसकी practice आपको उसी तरीके से हो. So practicing straight lines is very important. See, you cannot put a scale on top of the paper and see it and then align it accordingly, right? You cannot draw those extra lines as grids.
It takes a lot of time.
Exactly, it will take a lot of time. Exactly, that's what my point is, that if you don't practice it on a daily basis, in the last hour, in the last 2-3 days of the examination, you will not be able to practice it. ये चीजें बहुत धीरे धीरे समझ में आती हैं. Your eyes take some time to train for that kind of symmetric alignments. So अगर आप रोज practice करोगे तो आपको धीरे धीरे समझ में आने लगेगा. And once you learn this, it cannot be unlearned. That is the most critical part. ये चीज आपको बस एक बार सीखनी है. It's like swimming. Once you learn how to swim, you cannot die in water unless until some other circumstance happen. अगर आपको randomly किसी ने पानी में फेंक भी दिया तो भी आप swimming तो कर ही लोगे. आपकी body ने subconsciously सीख लिया कि how to swim. So once you learn these kind of skills, it's very difficult, almost impossible to unlearn. So it's like one-time effort, and it will always be there with you. So do these line circles and these practices diligently. Even if you do straight parallel lines का practice ना half an hour a day, it is miraculous. आपको कभी लाइफ में स्केल की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. हमारा एक फैकल्टी था, I forgot the name, जयंती नायक और somebody. वो बंदा ऐसे क्लास में आता था and he used to like put a pencil like this and he used to mark that pencil with a nail, and then he used to say like just measure this thing, this is 3.7 centimeters, and it used to be exact 3.7 centimeters. His idea of scale and proportion was so strong that he randomly used to mark at some point in the scale and say like this is 7.8 centimeters kind of thing, and it used to be exactly same. So it all comes with practice. The more you practice, the more it will help you. मैं तो हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि just forget the idea of erasers and scales or rulers. It's not handy at all. आप कितने भी बार जब भी आप आइडिया और स्केचिंग करने बैठोगे, not necessary that you are carrying all the geometric box and everything. Not necessary that you will have a flat surface all the time. क्या पता आप फ्लाइट ले रहे हो, फ्लाइट में कोई आइडिया है and then you are just carrying a small notebook. So you don't necessarily have the flat surface or the liberty of using a proper geometry box and all that scale and ruler kind of tools, right? So it's better to train your eyes to see for this, and it's not just about the pen and paper sketching kind of situation. When you actually build products, so when suppose this is some keyboard kind of prototype I built, so if these components are not in straight line, I visually can see that हाँ इसमें कुछ गड़बड़ है यार, ये aligned नहीं लग रहा है. So it is very critical. You do anything. You are into fashion design, you are into textiles, you are into product, you are into furniture. आप कहीं ना कहीं 2-4 चीजों को ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, उसको कट कर रहे हो, उसको अलाइन कर रहे हो, राइट? तो आपका विजुअल आई ट्रेनिंग बहुत जरूरी है. एंड दैट सेम काइंड ऑफ प्रिसीजन वंस यू नो फॉर अलाइनमेंट्स, लाइंस एंड ऑल, it automatically gets reflected in your color sense also. Like you will be able to pick 20 different shades of blue, 20 different shades of red, and you can precisely say that अरे यहाँ और यहाँ में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, मिस्टेक्स हो रहा है. I think it is still like 2 pixel डाउन डिफरेंट. और वो 2 पिक्सल का जो अलाइनमेंट है ना, वो डेवलपमेंट में जब आप कुछ बनाते हो तब समझ में आता है कि यार ये 2 पिक्सल लेफ्ट अलाइन नहीं है, इसलिए ये पूरा लेआउट हिल रहा है. अगर आप 1 पिक्सल किसी को ज्यादा बढ़ा दो ना तो वो रैप अराउंड हो जाता है टेक्स्ट, या फिर कोई भी चीज का बटन बना रहे हो या कुछ भी बना रहे हो. सो दीज काइंड ऑफ कंपोनेंट्स, फाइनली मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इज अ वेरी प्रिसाइज गेम. वेदर यू आर डूइंग कोड, whether you are doing machining, whether you are doing building a chair, अगर आपका 1 mm का भी टॉलरेंस है ना, तो वो नट उस बोल्ट में फिट ही नहीं होगा. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे चैलेंज होते हैं आपको. यू हैव टू फाइनली ट्रेन योर आईज to look at things very precisely. So every issues that you are talking about finally goes down to that basic principle, that basic training. That is at most critical. Even हम लोगों ने NID में भी almost first year वही किया है. We used to do tons and tons of sketches. मतलब almost इतना बड़ा बैग भर के sketches हर सेमेस्टर में we used to like dump, throw it out. इतना ज्यादा स्पेस चला जाता था उसमें कि देयर इज नो मोर स्पेस टू स्टोर दोस स्केचेस unless until like you really have some good sketches, you just take out those sketches as a part of portfolio. But other than that, most of the time it's very much a raddi, and you don't have much storage in hostel rooms, so you have to discard. But all that practice helps. Like now I don't use rulers for most of my sketching, drawings and all those. Even when I'm doing a lot of web-based work, which is mostly computers, you don't necessarily you need to use rulers or guides mostly. You can visually see that हाँ ये aligned नहीं लग रहा. You use rulers and guides just to make sure that हाँ whatever I'm kind of reaching as a judgment, it is correct. So just to cross check, you can use guides, but that is not the primary thing. तो वो प्रैक्टिस किया करो यार. आधा घंटा ये सोच लो कि वो आधा घंटा उसमें डालना ही है, उसमें कोई दिमाग नहीं लगाना. वो रोज सुबह उठ के 15-20 मिनट आधा घंटा लाइन स्केचेस, स्ट्रेट लाइन, सर्कल, एलिप्स प्रैक्टिस करो. थिंग्स विल ऑटोमेटिकली इम्प्रूव. ओके
Thank you.
या
Sir, while doing sketching, should we not use eraser?
नहीं, यू शुड नॉट यूज इरेजर. वही ना, स्पीड खराब हो जाता है ना उसे. मतलब द मिनट यू स्टार्ट यूजिंग इरेजर, दैट टाइम इज गॉन. सो इन एग्जामिनेशन एवरी सेकेंड इज क्रिटिकल. सो द मोर you use eraser, the more you get, the more you waste that time, the more that time gets wasted in that activity. आप erase करोगे, फिर से draw करोगे, फिर erase करोगे, no point. And also you should not use eraser because eraser is not friendly with very thin paper. जो NID का आपको paper sheet मिलता है, that's not a very high GSM paper. तो आप 2-3 बार eraser use करोगे तो paper ही फट जाएगा.
And sir, if we make a sketch of a product, and if we, after making it, we get to know that some of it is not proportionate or some of the lines are not aligned. So then, should we erase it or continue with the next sketch?
नहीं, you should continue with the next sketch, but उसको next sketch बनाने के लिए उसी sketch को repeat करो. जैसे yesterday I saw that mistake ना, you kind of missed the chassis from the wheel, that motorcycle वाला sketch. तो try to redraw that sketch. क्या होता है कि अगर आपने कोई mistake uncorrected छोड़ दी तो वो mistake फिर से repeat होगी. So you have to then and there correct that mistake. अगर आप उसके टाइम उसको correct नहीं करोगे तो फिर आपका improvement कब होगा? Improvement नहीं होगा ना. जब आपके दिमाग में वो केस ताजा है, तब जब आपके दिमाग में वो conditions are very fresh, that memory is very fresh, that is the time you should correct it. Otherwise you will forget it or you will keep repeating those mistakes, right? So what I would generally suggest is forget about eraser, forget about rulers. Initially it feels very difficult, but that is how you actually increase your speed, that is how you actually increase precision. जब आप 5 बार ऐसे हवा में सर्कल चलाते हो and then फिर you actually touch the pencil down. You check any good YouTube video about car sketching or general sketching. People generally have like 2-3 rounds of circles in the air, or even when you're drawing straight line, it's like playing golf. So golf में जब आप swing करते हो तो पहले 2-3 बार आप हवा में swing करते हो. You don't generally hit the ball on the first stroke. Once you know that okay, my swing is perfect, then you actually align it in as per the ball's placement, and then you hit the ball. So the same way, 2-3 times you have to just move your hands in the air like this, and then फिर जब आपको precisely पता चल जाए हाँ मेरा हाथ सही जगह जा रहा है, put the stroke down and mark a straight line, and it's not difficult. Like hundreds and thousands of people have learned it that. So I'm sure you will also learn. It's not difficult at all. It's just that हमारा subconscious mind ना, like हमको ऐसा obvious नहीं लगता कि हाँ वो practice से कुछ होने वाला है. देखो ये कल वाली क्लास में ना we were just doing the same things. So all these sketches are like 0.1 second sketches. These circles, I was just showing the same thing, like how people generally sketch and how things evolve. So अगर आपका stroke quality अच्छा होगा तो आप ऐसा बनाओगे, और stroke quality अच्छा नहीं तो ऐसा sketch होगा. And it automatically comes when you do these kind of practices. अब ये कार भी कितना एक hardly 2-3 सेकंड लगा होगा इस कार को ड्रॉ करने में. This is a very basic car sketch, but I can at least draw a car in a given 2-3 seconds का time. That's all. Just few strokes here and there and done. So my point is that अगर आपका speed अच्छा होगा, stroke quality अच्छा होगा, तो आपको 5-10 मिनट में you can do a pretty decent level of landscape sketching or any basic sketch. So instead of just leaving the question paper unattempted, जैसे ये previous question हमने डिस्कस किया ना, तो अगर आपको एक कॉन्सेप्ट सोचने में 15-20 मिनट लग जाते हैं तो आप 3 कॉन्सेप्ट कैसे बनाओगे? दैट्स अ प्रीटी लेंथी क्वेश्चन. तो अगर आप कॉन्सेप्ट स्केचेस ही नहीं कर पाओगे फटाफट से, तो आपका एक कॉन्सेप्ट बनेगा, 2 बनेगा, मैक्स टू मैक्स you will be able to attempt half of the paper because your sketching is slow, your thinking is slow, right? तो इसलिए स्पीड का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. स्पीड स्केचिंग इज द क्रक्स ऑफ डिजाइन एग्जाम्स. इफ योर स्केचिंग इज फास्ट एंड प्रिसाइज, बहुत ही मिनिमलिस्टिक वे में स्केचिंग करो, बट फास्ट होनी चाहिए और एक्यूरेट होनी चाहिए. अगर वो क्वालिटी आप में आ गया तो आप मैक्सिमम टाइम थिंकिंग में डिवोट कर सकते हो, और थिंकिंग का ही वो एग्जाम है. इट्स प्राइमरली अबाउट क्रिएटिविटी. सो वो स्केचिंग का जो बेसिक डिसेंट लेवल है उसको समहाउ यू हैव टू अचीव. स्पेंड दोज first 2-3 months, or spend whatever given time you have, at least dedicate 30% of the time in building a fast, accurate sketching, and then the rest of the time you can devote in thinking, like ideation process. So आज का webinar का topic है, today's webinar topic is about social awareness and empathy. Social awareness और empathy क्या है? Social awareness is basically, because we live in a society, there are multiple aspects to how the society is structured, be it education, be it religion, be it different classes, be it different level of infrastructure. So we exist as an individual, but we exist in a form of clusters. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं इकलौता एक 4 BHK खरीद लूं किसी रैंडम पहाड़ी पे जाकर वहां रहूं. नहीं हो सकता ना. एटलीस्ट I have to be involved in a society. I have to be if I want to feel safe and comfortable and connected and having basic amenities, then I am dependent on the society. There has to be some kind of plumbing services, water sewage services, all kinds of security services, all kinds of product related services. मैं कहीं किसी unknown town में unknown किसी mountain के ऊपर जाकर के अकेला नहीं रह सकता for a very long time. Yes, people do it as some kind of travel experiences, and once in a blue moon you may enjoy 15 days of stay in Ladakh or those kind of remote regions, but that cannot be like an entire lifestyle for 40-50 years, unless until you chose deliberately to live that way. So we exist in societies, and because we exist in society we need to have understanding of a lot of social issues. So today's topic is very very deep rooted in design. अब social awareness का डिजाइन से क्या लेना देना है? Again, we will go back to the first assumption. The first basic fundamentals of design is design is done for others. 99% of the time we design for others. So others are these other people which exist in society with us, right? So अब ये वाले जो टॉपिक्स हैं इस पे आप आइडिएट, इस पे आप डीप रूटेड थिंकिंग तभी कर सकते हो जब आपकी बेसिक स्केचिंग बहुत फास्ट हो. आपको कुछ आइडिया आया, आपने बनाया, बट आप whenever you are trying to think about some idea, let's say I want to design a different kind of vegetable carts for these vegetable vendors, which is much more well designed for storage and all these purposes. So I have to design an entire scene, I have to design a market, I have to design other people in the market, or draw basically on the paper. सो वो मेरा ड्राइंग अगर पास नहीं हुआ तो वो 20 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन मैं 1 घंटा स्पेंड कर दूंगा उसको अटेम्प्ट करने में, एट दैट इज टू मच ऑफ अ टाइम टू अटेम्प्ट बिकॉज ऑल अदर क्वेश्चंस आर आल्सो देयर, सो दैट्स व्हाई स्पीड स्केचिंग इज
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I
Yeah.
have a question.
या
Sir, like जब हम लोग perspective drawing draw करते हैं, तो हम लोगों को पहले कुछ guidelines हम लोग draw करते हैं, जैसे 1 point या फिर अगर 2.2, तो क्या हमें वो lines erase करनी है जो rough हम लोग जो draw करते हैं
नहीं,
for reference?
बट सी जब आप ड्रॉ करते हो तब आप उन लाइंस को बहुत स्ट्रांगली ड्रॉ नहीं करते, यू जस्ट ड्रॉ इट एज अ थिन लाइन जैसे आपने अगर 2H या 3H की पेंसिल यूज की होगी ना कभी, ट्राई टू यूज an H category pencil, not the B category. The H category is hard nib, hard graphite, and B category is more for the black or darker side. तो graphite का क्वालिटी H से लेके B तक सॉफ्ट होता जाता है. So जैसे HB pencil is your basic middle point. तो H साइड का पेंसिल 2H, 3H, 5H वो हार्डनेस बढ़ाता है. हार्डनेस इज बेसिकली टू गिव मच मोर प्रिसाइज पॉइंट, और B साइड का जो पेंसिल का रेंज होता है 2B, 3B, 6B, that is very soft lead, very soft graphite. So it is more used for charcoal sketching. Charcoal kind of sketching. Like you get much thicker and much more black color tone in that graphite. So when you do perspective lines ना, तो आप जब perspective line draw करते हो तो आप बहुत हल्की सी draw करते हो. देखो जैसे ये वाला draw किया ना, तो जब मैं ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, जब मेरा ऑब्जेक्ट मैं ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, तब वो ऑब्जेक्ट तो मैं उस ऑब्जेक्ट को डार्कन कर रहा हूँ. So this is how you draw. So the perspective lines, even if they are visible, they won't disturb your overall drawing. They won't actually come in the way. It won't look disturbing if your lines are very thin and soft. तो जब आप perspective line draw करते हो तब आप उसको बहुत हल्के हाथ से draw करो. There shouldn't be much pressure on the nib.
Okay.
तो जब अगर वो soft hand से draw होगा तो आपको हल्का सा दिखेगा, बट आपकी overall drawing quality को disturb नहीं करेगा. So draw it like this, very softly. And then whatever you draw on top of it, that you should use either a more darker color or a pen or something which is more contrasting. तो अगर आपने perspective grade green color से draw की तो आप बाकी सारा color बाकी red से बनाओ या blue से बनाओ. Right?
Yeah, okay.
That's all. Welcome. Okay, any other questions? No questions, no? So chalo, we'll start properly with a social awareness thing. So see, there are multiple components in a social awareness, like you were just mentioning. So as a designer, because we are most of the time designing for the society or for the other classes, or be it our clients or be it other people. So I have to think about what society thinks, how society behaves, how society functions, how society reacts to certain things, what are the masses' opinion, what are the mass mentality, how people think about certain things. जैसे अगर if I'm a designer at Maruti, I have to think that how economic conscious people are in India. Why that is so? Because as much as I am sensitive to design as a designer at Maruti, people are not aware much as much as I am. So in fact, people are hardly aware about these things. So अगर मैं कोई मारुति का नया डिजाइन बनाता हूँ, people generally don't buy things because of design factor at that segment, right? Maruti is an entry level economically friendly car. So people who come to the showroom, people who come as a client. So for me as a designer at Maruti, my clientele, my end users are economic conscious people. They want a good mileage car which is very easy on servicing. The service should be easily available. There should be decently good enough comfortable features and stuff like that, right? So nobody will go to Maruti showroom and say मुझे mahogany interiors वाला Swift Desire चाहिए, या मुझे कार्बन ब्लैक टाइप का इंटीरियर बना के दो, या फिर आई वांट एवरीथिंग गोल्ड प्लेटेड इनसाइड, और आई वांट समथिंग व्हिच लाइक 25-inch alloy wheels or something like that. So people generally don't go for customized luxury features in a brand for Maruti. So I need to understand that part first of all. As a designer for Maruti, I cannot keep suggesting or keep sketching cars like Lamborghini, or cars like Cadillac, or cars like Aston Martin. Those kind of cars have different kinds of end users. Those kind of end users have very different preferences. Those kind of end users have loads of money to spend on. So a Maserati owner or a Ferrari owner or a Lamborghini kind of user, they may not buy an extra $50,000 car upgrade if you give them a gold plated interiors, or some kind of expensive leather accessorized interiors. But at Maruti level, people generally look for discounts. They look for better mileage, better quality of overall performance. So when your user is performance sensitive, economy sensitive, you also have to design something which is in that category. You also have to think about their mindset and then design accordingly, right? So the similar way, it goes to all the categories, all the types of designs. You have to be empathetic to the user, and the more empathetic you are, the better would be your designs in terms of likability and sellability. So as a successful designer, what are the criteria? Successful designer आप उसी को बोलोगे ना जिसके डिजाइन सबसे ज्यादा सेल होते हैं या सबसे ज्यादा डिमांड में है, राइट? अगर वो डिजाइनर बहुत कुछ डिजाइन करता है बट कोई खरीदता नहीं या कोई अप्रिशिएट नहीं करता, तो कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. Then it goes more or less like an artistic category. So we need to, this is a very, very critical topic. A lot of designers have become extremely successful just because they understand this point very well. Like, you have to have user empathy. So when it comes to social awareness, the fundamental thing we talk about or we try to learn is empathy. Empathy means what the other people feel, I can also feel. What the other people are going through or experiencing, I can get a pretty good idea of their pains. I can get a pretty good idea of their experiences, be it pain, be it joy, be it happiness, be it anxiety, be it extreme pleasure, be it excitement. All that empathy I should also feel. And उस चीज को फील करने के, उस चीज को एक्सपीरियंस करने के, उस चीज को अंडरस्टैंड करने के बहुत सारे तरीके हैं. So at a designer level, you will get these kind of assignments. You have to go through a lot of design research methods. This entire book is all about that, universal methods of design. And you don't have to go and buy these or read these kind of books at this current level, but this is something that we use to do a lot of user research. So if you see, these are the kind of processes that we follow. So there are lots of post-its and lots of discussions, and based on those discussions and lots of user interviews, we come to a conclusion that these are the kind of things that our users are looking for. देखो जैसे ही होता है कॉम्पिटिटिव टेस्टिंग. तो अभी कॉम्पिटिटिव टेस्टिंग में we go through a lot of work what our competitors have done, and based on that we try to understand किस टाइप का designs people are using, what are the key features that people are looking for in this particular segment. So majority of the times in industry, whatever products exist as a vertical, people have a very strong compartmentalization or very strong categorization of products based on pricing bands, right? So for example, if you Google on about mobile phones, so you will find like top 5 mobile phones under 10,000, top 10 mobile phones under 20,000, top 10 mobile phones under 40,000. So these are price bracket categories. So it's not just about features. Feature wise categorization भी होता है, but price wise categorization आपको बहुत सारी industries में मिलेगा, and that's like very, very strong point. Because eventually when people are buying something, it has to have certain monetary fixed value to it. So इससे रिलेटेड दुनिया में बहुत सारा रिसर्च होता है, और ये रिसर्च का फंडामेंटल पॉइंट ये है कि हम क्या बनाएं और क्या नहीं बनाएं. क्या नहीं बनाएं ये भी बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. कल को अगर मारुति कोई V8 या V12 कैटेगरी का इंजन लॉन्च भी कर दे बहुत सारा रिसर्च करने के बाद, डू यू थिंक पीपल विल बाय इट? There's a very less likely chance that people will buy a V12 engine from Maruti, because Maruti doesn't serve or doesn't cater that kind of segment. It will take 10 years for Maruti to build that kind of reputation कि ठीक है भाई Maruti भी super cars बनाती है, Maruti is into very fast cars. No. So there are a lot of realistic challenges. So that's why empathy is very, 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 very important. What is the point? Any confusions?
Yes, sir.
ठीक, तो अब एम्पैथी से रिलेटेड हमें बहुत सारी एक्सरसाइजेस करनी है. एम्पैथी से रिलेटेड क्या चीज हो सकती है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट ऑल डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज ऑफ पीपल एग्जिस्ट इन द सोसाइटी. So right now, let's say we are in a age group of 18 to 25, 26, or let's say 18 to 30. It's called the youth of India. But उसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे यूजर्स एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज ऑफ लिविंग बीइंग्स एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, राइट? सो वी हैव, और हम लोग डिजाइनर्स हैं, बट हमको बाकी लोगों के लिए बनाना है. सो लेट्स से वी आर बिल्डिंग समथिंग फॉर एन ओल्ड एज होम. अब ओल्ड एज होम में कौन लोग होंगे? जनरली 65 प्लस का क्राउड, 70 प्लस क्राउड, राइट? नाउ दे कैन नॉट बी डिजाइनर्स, और they may have been designed, but they are not in that state right now to run around together. So they are into relaxation age. So we have to design something for them. तो अभी 70 plus age group का category के लिए अगर कुछ design करोगे तो, because we have never experienced that kind of lifestyle and their kind of existing issues, pain points, and all emotional, psychological issues. So how do we design for them? अगर हमें पता ही नहीं उनको क्या चाहिए, so then we have to go through a lot of research. We have to spend some time with them, understand their needs, understand their challenges. Like when you are into 70 plus age group, some or the other health issues you will definitely have. Either it can be a very minor issue like eyesight, or it can be a general health issue like BP, sugar, diabetes, blah blah blah. Or there can be something serious like Alzheimer. There can be something very serious like kidney failure, or anything in between. Some kind of physical disabilities, like some people have severe back pains, they cannot like walk straight or walk without a walker. So you need to understand these kind of users. On the other side of the spectrum, there are people like young boys or very young children, like 5 to 6 year old and onwards category. So a category like people who need a lot of observation or a lot of attention from their parents. So 6-month-old to 3-year-old category, where they cannot do anything without parents, and then 3 to 6-year-old category where they can enjoy or do basic stuff on their own. Then 6 years old to 10-year-old category, or 10-year to 15-year-old category. So these are like range of age groups where we generally design a lot of stuff for kids, especially a segment for toy designers or garment designers, or a category where lots of products fall into that segment, where we as young people don't have much clue कि एक 3 साल के बच्चे के लिए कुछ डिजाइन करना है तो उसका क्या चैलेंज है. But when you actually go to a child care specialties place or child care home or places like that, you will realize that there are multiple challenges. आप किसी बच्चे को नॉर्मल इंस्ट्रक्शंस लिख के कुछ दे दो तो वो नहीं कर पाएगा, और किसी चीज को ऑडियो विजुअल एड में बना दो तो शायद चांस है कि वो समझने लगे, या फिर it's very difficult to have a passive communication with a 3-year-old or 2-year-old. It's their cognitive abilities are not yet developed. तो अगर आप कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शन दोगे तो not necessarily like an adult people can follow. Very young kids, they learn by experimentation and doing and fiddling around. That's why you will find that a lot of these preschool category toys, they are always built with that fiddling around mindset. Like even if the child throw away that toy, or generally try to chew that toy or that some part of that toy, he will not get harmed. So these are the kind of fundamental category challenges that we need to understand. That is called being empathetic. So me as a 20-year-old young designer or 30-year-old mature industry experienced designer, my experience will not matter if I design something only as per my understanding. I need to understand how a 3-year-old behaves. Then only I can design something exactly for the 3-year-old's need, right? मैं कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं बना सकता. Even if the toy is very good, I cannot design something in steel or something in glass or something in a very fragile material. I need to have basic constraints, like एक 3-year-old के body में कितना strength होता है, 3-year-old की tendencies क्या होती हैं. Generally, that 1 to 3-year-old category kids, they have this tendency of putting everything in their mouth, like almost everything they try to taste and chew, or they don't have an awareness about the materials around them. So they, every time they see something unique, they'll just try to touch it, or they'll just try to have a taste of it. So for that category, you will find a lot of toys are written like a food grade plastic, or not harmful for kids, and those kind of labels are there. Or even when there is a lot of packaging material, you will find that there are some holes done on any kind of packaging material. So those holes in those polybags are precisely done for kids safety. There is a very high chance that kids try to cover themselves with that polybags and they may get choked. So you will find that be it any electronic item, you try this thing at home. Whenever you order something, that basic polybag which is wrapped around your product will have at least 2 or 3 holes, like properly cut holes in them. Those holes are precisely done for this purpose. Like even if a young kid try to swallow that polythene, or try to wear that polythene, or try to play around with that polythene, that polybag should not choke him. So like this, there are multiple issues, like multiple very, very sensitive issues in and around the society, and we have to make ourselves accommodated with that mindset. We have to think about all these aspects. So for today's first exercise, first I want you to understand what all different categories of users exist. What I mean by category is you can differentiate, or you can compartmentalize users based on ethnicity, based on age, based on geography, based on gender, based on education, based on economic brackets, based on whether they are literate, illiterate. So like this, try to write down at least 20-30 different categories, right? And then we will try to understand what kind of products, what kind of services, what kind of applications to be built when it comes to those kind of users. Why we are doing this exercise is so that we can be empathetic to different types of users. अगर आप किसी मच्छी बाजार वाली, किसी मछली बेचने वाली लेडी के लिए अगर कुछ बना रहे हो, तो अगर आप उसके लिए एक मोबाइल ऐप बना दोगे बहुत sophisticated वाला, do you think she will be able to use it or sell her fishes online using that product or using her mobile phone? Most likely no, because the conditions for selling the fishes are very different. Fish is a very perishable item. She cannot store that fish. I mean, imagine a regular local fish seller. Like these people just go out early morning, catch the fishes, and then sell it next on the seashore or beaches, right? So these people don't have so much of resources that they will use sophisticated technology. So whatever you are building for these people have to be as per their ecosystem, has to be as per their life. So like this is the first assignment. Right now it's 1:15 in my watch. I think 30 minutes would be enough for the categorization. So we can meet at 1:45, or let's keep it very simple. We will meet at 2. Write all sorts of different categories of users, like I just explained, and then based on those categories, we'll further do our discussions and further do more exercises. Right? So it can be categories, n number of categories, whatever you can think about different types of users, take it into those categories. There's no limitation on the categorization. You can categorize it based on any kind of categorization. That there has to be a big group, that's all. Like people are categorized based on religion, based on age group, based on different kinds of lifestyle choices, and anything in between, right? So we'll meet at 2, and then we'll discuss all of your individual categories. You can put your list of categories of users on the Telegram group, and we'll discuss. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Chalo, then catch you at 2 o'clock.
Got it.
Bye bye.